How often do they transfer our consciousness from one timeline to another? Because I've been really thinking about this ever since 2020, that they have the technology, and we see it in movies to transfer our consciousness from one timeline to another, and when I think about this, I think it happens more often than we would like. And I'm thinking that's what's causing dementia, dimension, that song, I lost my consciousness on the fifth dimension. Um, so every time I think this happened, we have a Mandela effect. We have the same old program because they're continuing having us in circle. We have the same program of police violence. We have the same program of racial division, the same old program. People who were dead, who we thought died, is dying again. So I think those are the signs. Those are the signs that let us know that we just switched to another timeline. And what is happening though? Something is happening that I can't put my finger on. What's up with TikTok? I always thought TikTok was higher in vibration than the others, and it seems like this recent switch to a different timeline. I think TikTok having a hard time catching up, or that's what they want us to think, that there's something wrong with the app. But because I notice my videos, it's saying like, oh, only zero. There's no views. I don't know if that's with the new privacy thing. That's what's happening. But what's coming? What's happening? Are they running out of timelines to switch us? Are they running out of timelines for us to keep jumping into? Are the timeline converging? Listen, I wasn't a good physics student in high school, but I'm feeling like there's a timeline conversion. Everything is coming together. They're running out of room. They're running out of room. They have lost their ability to how far they can switch us, because every time they switch us, it's a new narrative. It's a new narrative, because the goal is for us to keep going around in circles. They tell us 5 days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, Sunday, and then we keep repeating. We keep repeating, keeping us in that loop of going around in a circle. So looks like they're running out of loop. Looks like they're running out of timeline to keep jumping and keep jumping. There's a movie on Netflix. I think every time the Earth ends, we jump timelines without us knowing. Someone said there was a prophecy that 2012 was the last year. The world really ended in 2012. And out of everything, I'm thinking that could be right. That could be right. Our real timeline that we were on is over, and they have us looping and letting us think that nothing happened, and things is they're having us thinking that nothing happened, and things is the same as it was before 2012. That's what reason why there was the big 9/11 thing in 2012. The earth ended. Why I say that's more plausible that the world ended, because we're feeling the effects of it. The world is not the same. It's like that if the world ended in 2012, there for how many years now? for 13 years or so, we keep jumping timelines and jumping timelines. So in them doing that, um, our real self of who we are, the survivors, because I remember having a dream that somehow I was taken up somewhere in the entire on the entire world was flooded, and but a few of us was taken in the sky on a ship or somewhere, and all my dead relatives were there. So is our dreams our memory? Is our dreams what telling us what really happened? What really happened? So our real self or true self is probably somewhere else. It's probably somewhere else. Our consciousness is somewhere else. And if um, our real timeline ended in 2012. The real timeline ended in 2012. So we keep jumping on these fake timelines, and acting as if things is the same. So it's just that we're running out of time. Is that's what real happening? We're running out of timeline to jump on. I don't know. I still can't understand what's the big to do in 2020. What happened there? Because according to Elon Musk, we did jump timeline. I don't know if it was a bigger jump, why they wanted us 6 feet apart and all that, in 2020. And he was like, oh, the taste, and people weren't tasting and whatever. And the machine, you know what I'm talking about, was that to keep keep us from remembering, was that to keep us from remembering the old timeline, and the awakening. Maybe 2020 was the, I'm just getting this in my, as I'm talking, was the year. 2020 was the year. Um and and if the here to listen, if what the Bible talk about, you either hear or forbear, in that you either decide, you either take this machine, I just want to say that, or if you don't. And then if you take this machine, um just like the Bible talk about the beast, if you take the mark in your forehead or whatever, that's, you get to stay with them. And if you don't take it, that's how you get to raise your vibration, you get to raise your frequency. Maybe that was the big separation in 2020, to see who wants to stay with the way things are, and those who are willing to be like, no, no, this thing needs to end. This should be the end. The world already ended, and we don't want to keep jumping timelines. We don't want to keep having all these Mandela effects, and we don't even feel like working everything. So maybe 2020, that's 8 years after the world probably would have ended. So that's 8 years after the world would have ended. So maybe that's what happened. That the world ended in 2012. 28 was the crossroads. Like, I'm going to say crossroads for those who want to continue, and those who want to continue, because those who want to continue, it took the machine, and those who didn't want to continue refused it, and so they were able to increase their energy vibration and their frequency, because wherever our higher selves are, remember, we are observers, we are not our bodies, we are being led. We're in a video game, and we are being led by our higher selves, by our guides. And so what if those who survive in 2012, I'm still going by the fact that the world ended in 2012. Things couldn't have just dissipated like that. We don't feel like working. The revelation, things changing so fast. It doesn't matter what they do. We have knowledge to it. We're waking up to it. Before 2012, um, we wouldn't have any clue. We wouldn't have any clue. So here we are, and I think right now, because we're in that second 8 years, so 2020, 26, 27, 28, I think we're going to see, I think we're going to see some real stuff happening, a real revelation. And there's still time for those who don't have knowledge of self to understand who we are. And remember, we're not our bodies. This is just a vessel, for this. This is an avatar for Earth. And the real consciousness, wherever our consciousness goes, the body will go. The body goes wherever our consciousness goes. So if we jump a timeline, they just got to move our consciousness. And I still don't have knowledge of how they do it. They have to be some form of technology. Yeah, in my meditation tell us about Hadron Collider. And according to FPV, I don't think there's one. There's probably, that's the 144,000. That's the technology that they use to invade the earth. And somehow, I don't know, somehow I think we also have, if we use our mind and our thoughts and come together, we too can let those technology work for us. You know, we see rain. That's the technology that falls the rain, that allows the rain to fall. That's the technology that causes earthquake. It just feel like we're on a movie set, and you know the effects of the movies. Um, they use the effects of the movies, they to cause rain, to cause snow. It's a technology that's causing these things. And I really don't care if anyone believe what I'm saying. I really think the water level on earth is the water level. I don't think they can add or take away. They can add or take away in removing islands, in remove countries and all that. So, yeah, that technology that they're using to terraform this earth, I really do. I really do think we have access on it. If access to it, if we start speaking, it's the FPV call it angel technology. That's the technology, um, according to the book of Enoch. Yeah, according to the book of Enoch, that's the technology that they use to create the weather. That's your Gabrielle, that's your Michael, um, the Lords of Lords. They have creators for these realms. And I think our real creator, for this realm was hijacked, or if he willingly or they willingly uh, went with the takeover of Earth. And it's not he or she, it's all energy. They're divine beings than more than what I can ask or think or fathom. So, yeah, so that's why I think, going on in our realm. And if we start speaking to the rain, speaking to the wind, it's the technology that's creating this wind. It's the technology that's creating the rain. It's technology, technology. If we understand the power that we have and start speaking to these things, maybe somehow we can take it back. They tell us about this CERN to let us think it's unique to them. So we will never think we have the power to speak to CERN. I really believe FPV that says it's 144,000. And if you read Revelation, what John saw was, I'm trying to decode Revelation. I'm at Revelation 1, that what John saw, like the Son of Man. It's a pure energy technology, pure energy technology. Read it again. It's the hair woolly. What would you call, just like our hair curled, but in the form of the brightness of the light in the head. And that's it. It's been hijacked. And our ancestors knew about this technology. Our ancestors, I don't know definitely if they were able to communicate with it, but they knew when the disaster was going to come, when there's going to be a reset, because they try to reset every 400 years. But the Noah's flood, the plague of Egypt, all that we read in the Bible, those were resets. Those were resets that every time knowledge increase, every time we understand that we are still slaves basically, and wake up to who we naturally are, that no, Jesus is coming, no one else is coming to help us. We have the power within to help ourselves, and wake up to all the hidden truth, and wake up, as Kendrick Lamar showed us at the Super Bowl performance, that we're in a game. We are in a game. So this timelines are colliding. They are coming together. So I don't think there's anywhere else for us to keep jumping to. You know, everything's gonna collide, and in everything colliding, we're gonna come into our higher selves and understand who we are, and and have great expectation. This work, this slavery mentality, what's next for us? What next for us? Will it be smooth? Probably not. Not as much as I'm saying it, but we have to make up our mind to live in any condition. Any condition that comes, we just have to know that we're going to be okay. We're divine beings, and as I said before, our true self is the observer. It looks like this body is the observer, but it's our true self is the observer. We're just so attached to this body. Our true self is really talking to us on a daily basis, but we've ignored true self for programming. We've ignored our true self for programming. Yeah. So be blessed, everyone. That's my take on we keep jumping timelines. We jump timelines. That's what's causing that's what's causing dementia. People just can't catch up, take too long to catch up, especially when they get older. All right, be blessed.